chipping. This is an area where we can really learn to score around the greens and save shots. The great thing about chipping is we are really working on our swing at this point. I always joke with my students and say, hey, this is the chance or the time that I get to be a jerk. And the reason being is if I can get you to understand the proper setup for chipping, I can teach you and take you further and teach you how to control the height. I can teach you how to hit a medium shot, a high shot, an ultra high, and I'll teach you how to hit a slide flop shot. In a second, I will show you how chipping really looks like full swing impact. What we want to say for chipping is that our saying is 2 things forward, 1 thing back. That's how simple chipping is. What we're going to do is we're going to take a golf ball and we're going to set up here and we're going to put our feet a club head width apart. Notice that ball is right in the middle of my stance at this point. Now simply take your left foot back and bring it back an inch or so. Pick your toes up in the air, turn your toes so that your right big toe is pointed at the ball. If you have to lay a club down at this point just to notice where your right big toe is, that's fine. So now that the ball is right, we're going to put our grip on there and we're going to choke down almost to the steel. We're going to extend our arms and go straight down and lean your weight left. We want 80% of your weight left, and I really want your shirt buttons to be ahead of this ball. One of the most common faults I see for people is when they do this. Although it feels like my weight's left, really my right shoulder becomes low and my weight's on my right side. So make sure you get that right shoulder high and your weight 80% left. The other thing that's forward, so weight's forward, hands are forward. Pay real close attention to the club face. As I press my hands forward off the inner part of my left thigh, this club face has remained square. A common fault that I see with people is they have a tendency to open the club face. So we want to go ahead and press our hands forward. So weight and hands are forward and ball is back. Now, notice this position. As I make a full swing here, if I make a full swing and I swing into impact, my hips are open, my shoulders are open, my hands are left or forward, and my weight's forward. That is a full swing impact. What does that look like? That looks like chipping setup. So right now you are working on the most important position in golf, and that is impact. It's very easy for you to improve your impact position here in chipping when we're only swinging at 5 to 10 miles an hour versus on the range where we're swinging at 80, 90, or 100 miles an hour. So this is your opportunity to work on impact of the full swing. And as you work on this, you're going to become a better scorer and you're going to learn to shoot lower scores and improve your impact position for full swing. So again, let's go back over this. Start off with your feet, a club head width apart with the ball right in the center of your stance. From here, bring your left toe back an inch and turn your toes so that your right big toe is pointed at the ball. From here, we're going to place our weight forward, 80%. We're going to have our hands off of our left thigh. Now the club simply works up to down in that fashion. There are 2 questions I'm going to ask you at this point. As you swing back and through, all right, we're going to hit a shot, and I want you to hold your finish just like this. The 2 questions I'm going to ask you: where is your weight? Your weight should be on your left side. The second question is, did you burn yourself? So if you can imagine that this butt end of the club is a laser beam, you don't want to see the left wrist break down, okay, that way. There are 2 reasons for a bad chip shot. This will cover 99% of all bad chip shots. If this does not cure your chip shots, then the fault lies in your setup. You need to get in the proper setup. But the 2 reasons for a bad chip shot are weights on your right side. How do we fix that? We simply set up here and we bring our right foot or our back foot behind us like this. So it's literally going to be sitting here on our toe of our right foot. We just simply set up and we hit some chip shots. And what you'll notice is you're going to feel how your body rotates through the shot. A great image I want you to think about is that your right shoulder will finish over left knee. An object in motion tends to stay in motion. That's what physics teaches us. If your body stops, this club will keep going and that will cause you to break your wrist down. So that is the second reason for a bad shot. If your left wrist breaks down, what I'm going to teach you is just grab another club, and this is going to feel terrible. It's going to shake and vibrate. If you're at home working on your game, grab a broom with the fluffy end up here. Simply grab a ball, or at home, just make practice swings, but put them together. And like I said, this is gonna feel terrible. It's gonna shake and vibrate. But all we're gonna do is we're gonna make little swings here where we don't hit our rib cage. If I set up here and I swing back and through and my body stops, I'm gonna hit my rib cage and it's not gonna feel very good, so do this slow. But we're simply just gonna set up here, rotate through the shot, our left wrist stays flat. Always hold your finish, because this is the opportunity for you to coach yourself. Once you can coach yourself, you can improve to whatever level you really want to. So again, set up here, I make a chip shot, I hold my finish, my weight's left, I can see that my left wrist is flat, my left arm is locked, and it is connected to my body. This is what's so great about chipping. This chipping is simply like putting. Add a little bit of wrist hinge and it becomes the pitch motion. Add a little bit of shoulder turn and it becomes the full swing. So everything builds on top of each other. If you can get this setup and this motion down, you can become a great ball striker and a great golfer.